So not only you're probably going to be level 15 by the time you get it. So you would assume you're going to get the extra 20% anchor smash damage reduction. That brings it up to 80%. So tier 1 towers, just as an example, do 90 damage. You take away 80% of that damage, it's doing minus 72. So you're doing 18 damage. Then you've got the Kraken Shell blocking the damage as well. So you're regenning more than the tower is able to do to you. It is crazy if you're able to get it to work. It's just one of these weird situations of when do you fit it into your item build? Because there are a lot of important things that a Tide Hunter needs before then. You need things like the Greaves, which just had the buckler added on as another component that it needs to be completed. Or you need a Vlad's, or a medallion got a little bit of a buff recently. Things like that. You just need to think of making those decisions. And if it is Cuckoo playing it, wouldn't surprise me to see if he went really ambitious and tried to get it pretty early on.
Radiant team ban.
Ooh, the Spectre.
Okay. Well, we see Execration still go back for the Mars Phoenix, still that combo there. Beautiful way to be able to protect the Supernova. But I like this Riki getting picked up. Now, we don't really see Riki too much. It is a new patch. We'll see how that's going to change. We did get some changes to that hero as well.
The sleep dart.
Which is cool. The tricks of the trade, Aghanims as well. Scepter, you have you can hit 2 units now instead of 1, and you can also just use a smoke screen in general in the tricks of the trade, which I think is just a nice little improvement for the hero, just a value of life buff there. But it's a great way to deal with the Mars. You get out of arena. You've got 2 ways to get out of arena with the blink and the tricks of the trade, and you're always backstabbing him, so you don't really care about the bulwark at all.
Yeah. Man, that dart's going to be really good against the Phoenix if he's able to pick it up, right? Like, a good way to interrupt the sun ray. It's got decent range. You're probably going to have the blink strike increased cast range by that point. I just love how Riki looks on this draft screen as well. It's like Tide Hunter's saying, "Don't talk to me on my sun ever again." You know, he's just standing there behind Daddy Tide, behind his big fish. The fish is bigger than Riki. Anyway, Phoenix, another one of those heroes that really likes the shard too. It's all you need really is the Tranquils, a magic wand, maybe an urn if you're feeling really frisky about things. But then you can go straight into that shard, which means that your fiery spirits, they just replenish every 7 seconds. So you're essentially always going to have fiery spirits available just to farm. It takes 2 fiery spirits to take out a creep wave, but also you're never going to be in a situation where you're completely useless in a team fight, because what Spectre drafts want, and what Phoenix drafts wants as well, actually, is just longer team fights. So the fact that you've got this replenishing resource is going to be really impactful if you're able to get to that point.
We see now this pick for Execration trying to go for the mid hero. Although they banned the Doom, the Timber as well. I guess just some of these lost.
They wanted to get rid of the break on the Doom. Very good against the Spectre. Even more so than it used to be.
So what's available here now for Execration? I mean, they've got a lot of team fight, probably needing a hero that's not going to be as reliant on cooldowns. They shove at the lanes okay. They're going to go Invoker. So doubling down. I mean, you've got a way to be able to make plays. Now that Spirit Vessel is going to be super nice versus the Tide. Can make plays early with the Quas Wex. Scales into the late game, depending on if he goes for the Midas. And I'm all down for an Invoker.
Even if you get a good arena off, Cataclysm is still pretty damn good. Like they nerfed it a little bit with the cooldown being a bit longer, and you're probably going to be going Quas Wex, so it's going to be happening a little bit later. But it does give you that good scalability into the late game. It's not just all about the Spectre, which is going to be really nice for Execration. And this is just hard aggression though from T1. Let's see what they rounded out with. It's a Void Spirit again, so something that's going to look to get super active really early on. And it is the Cuckoo Tide.
Okay, well, they don't have... It's a very difficult way to be able to deal with the Void Spirit, to say the least. I mean, Invoker is going to give you a little bit... It is nice, the Tornado aspect, to be able to get rid of the Resonant Pulse. So that's one factor heading into it. The EMP could be pretty nice as this one continues on. You know, the Mana Pool from the Tide, the Enchantress, the Riki as well. But Are you worried that Execration might be too reliant on their cooldowns?
Um, Not really. I feel
10
like
seconds
Spectre's
remaining.
probably the only one that you really need to be super concerned about that with.
5 seconds
I think their
remaining.
concern is just making it out of the laning stage, because this is a really aggressive, really strong laning lineup that they've got for T1, whereas it's a lot more passive on Execration's side. We'll see. It's a 4 Phoenix as well, by the way, not paired together with the Spectre.
Well, yeah, they're gonna get at least a nice laning stage here with that ET to kind of give Spectre a decent time, and we'll see how he can continue on for there. But T1 are just gonna run them down. Like
Yeah.
you know, Jackie getting that diffuser blade timing, if he's able to have a pretty good one at that. You know, Carl more than likely with an early Yule Scepter can even go that early Ags if he really wants to as well. But yours will give you a lot more opportunities with how you're able to play. And yeah, T1 literally just gonna look to try and, you know, put the pedal to the metal and not really give Execration too much opportunities to be able to, you know, find the farm in the jungle, then really come into the late game. The one thing I do like, at least about the Tidehunter, is that you're not always a hero that relies on a blink to initiate in fights. You know, you can just wait for Execration to heavily commit, chuck out that Ravage, and then go from there. Because, you know, if you're the only one that, you know, initiates on your team, then blink is definitely a big factor. But your Spectre haunting in on top of you, you're still going to be in the middle of the fight more likely with how you're positioned. So, you know, at least that can be somewhat of a nice thing here for at least the side of Team 1 as these team fights go on. But that's really their only big team fight ultimate.
Yeah, that is true. Well, if there's anything my man Faker likes from T1 Entertainment and Sports, it is a lot of aggression coming through from them. I'm sure they won't let him down, and that's the thing I'm really worried about, particularly for this Phoenix, right? In the lane, you want to go for the fiery spirits, of course. You know, it's good harass, it's good ways to help contest denies and last hits. And the thing that sucks about it, though, is that if you go into that, you're really vulnerable to dying. You know, the Ricky, of course, can go the Blink Strike. You've got the Enchantress that's going to have Enchant just to slow you down. And if you've used up all your spirits, you've got a 50-second period where you're essentially a range creep. And it's going to be quite vulnerable. So I like the fact that he's gone the Fairy Fire, just maybe hoping to style on the T1 heroes a little bit, maybe get away, juke his way out. Once he gets to his level 2, it's not quite as bad of a situation. But yeah, definitely scary stuff in the super early game.
Yeah, with how they're hopefully able to transition this one and see how they fare as the game goes on. Is there a draft you're kind of favoring at the moment in this first game of our second series of the night?
I mean, just because it's a little more different, I'm going to like T1. I like innovation, right? Like, yes, we're in the middle of a tournament, but it's still the time for discovery. You know, these things do matter, and I like that T1, they're of course going to take their opponents seriously, but it's such valuable practice to be able to put this on in an official setting as well. You know, trying a few new things out, seeing what works for them, because I mean, if history's told us anything, you can win every single scrim and then lose at a big tournament like TI, or you can lose everything and then suddenly you're two-time TI champions.
Yeah, you're just gonna turn up on the main stage. That's the big thing. You know, once we do get those lanes coming back in as well, I'm excited to see how a lot of these teams are going to continue to fare. But you know, what I'm excited for is just more Dota 3 action. I mean, this is something I've been looking for the entirety of the day. I literally woke up, first thing I checked is if the patch was out, and now we got 2 games earlier. I was hoping tonight to get 6 games and have like a 70-minute one. I know that would have been, you know, we would have gone late into the evening or even the AM, but you know, it's I can't complain about 7.28 Dota as much as we can get.
Exactly. More dots. That's what we need. And we've got a reconnect coming through here, so that's nice. Spectre reconnected. Take your time. Lots of drawings on the map. Oh. Let's be careful.
Don't get too creative there, but I mean, at least now How is at least what is one of the lanes you think is going to be high impact and potentially a high amount of kills here?
I mean, T1 are definitely going to be trying for that in the safe lane, that's for sure. It's just a matter of how do Execration look to respond. Do they... I don't even think you can start with a tri-lane, you know? It just needs to be RR playing super BDZ playing super defensively, and, you know, using vision as much as he can to his advantage. Do they have any wards? No, they're actually going down with 3 towards the bottom side, so I kind of like this as well. You know, you've got the good setup with the enchant. You're assuming that they're going to have. Cuckoo might even go for that 1 point into the gush super early on, just if it is going to secure them the kill. And then, you know, you're still going to be able to rotate top and potentially be 2 kills up, like 1 minute into the game.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the value point coming through with that gush early, and it just gives you so many opportunities to find these early first bloods and really get that nice little chunk of gold that can be a big factor. Not even the gold, the experience is another big thing as well, because we've seen players now are really starting to utilize that extra level advantage. You just got 2 spells instead of the 1 from the enemy team. If you really, you know, push the tempo with that 2 before they get their extra. So I would hope that T1 can maybe find a first blood here, and you know, unfortunately it looks like already Radiant actually setting up with 3 heroes up top. And you take a look at that vision, a lot of emphasis here just with the rotations.
The battle begins.
I will say this is a very cool Ricky set as well. I know I've seen it occasionally, but my boy Jackie there is, he's looking pretty clean on the Ricky.
It's like Jack the Ripper sort of looking thing.
Yeah.
A little steampunky.
I like it a lot. We'll see how he's able to fare. You know, we haven't seen the Ricky too much for a while. Of course, new patch, so we'll see how this one's going to transition into it. But if they can put the pressure on, you know, this is going to be a lane where Execration, the Phoenix early on, not going to do as much, and against the matchup of Mars, you're already a pretty good matchup, so.
The harass begins. You can see there just immediately jumping in onto him, actually leveling up the impetus instead. Okay, thought they might try and continue to commit. Hope to go for him. It would have meant using both blink strike charges, so maybe feeling like that would have left him a little bit vulnerable to losing some of these last hits. But Whitemon, of course, always going to be showing some expert gameplay on his Enchantress.
Yeah, this is one of the heroes I've been very impressed when he's been playing the Enchantress throughout the BTS Pro Series so far. Just really secured a lot of their safe lanes, and it's allowed Jackie to thrive on this new team as well.
BDZ doing a good job though, making sure to body block that hard camp. So Whitemon, not going to be able to get a creep as soon as he hits level 2. A lot more harassing onto him. What spawn? It's the Vools. Okay, so nothing too crazy that Whitemon would be able to grab if he did just opt for a small camp.
Take a look at the mid matchup at the moment as well. 6-3 with the Void. Only 2 and 4 at the moment for the Invoker. Early on to be expected going cost Wex. Your damage not as high. I mean, we did see that Quelling Blade get nerfed slightly. It's down to 13 damage here, which is going to be pretty important, honestly. Just, you know, we see a lot of these melee heroes.
Going in. Mars is probably dead here.
Rapido's in trouble. They get the spear, going to push away Jackie. Already used all his blinks.
Still though, that's a lot of pressure, but now Phoenix has been able to get up to that level 2 mark, so he's got some safety.
Another pause. Gives us more time to work at how the lanes are going. We'll take a look even down bot as well. With the Tide and Shadow Demon versus the ET and the Spectre. They've got the lanes kind of shoved in at the moment, and there are no blocks on the camps as well. So this is going to allow RR really to be able to utilize that Astral and try and stack up. But let's see if he's going to be able to make the small camp pool. Might not be able to, but he's always got that hard camp to utilize at the moment.
I think they're doing a fine enough job. Yoe, as I say that, he just gets banished. Tries for the body block, keep him inside, forces the dagger out.
They've got a lot of stacks as well, then we're going for that. Well, that now really disrupts at least RR from getting the pull off. I mean, they do have double range at the moment here for tier 1, so this lane is going to start to push in, but they were well aware with how the lane was situated that the ET wanted to start to make rotation back and pull the wave, and as soon as they saw him go for it, they're like, all right, this is our time to put some pressure onto the Spectre, and they do a very good job
range
there.
creep deny for Cuckoo. Immediate chat wheel afterwards. He doesn't know any other way.
It's always got to give the little bit of BM, make sure they're well aware that you're the alpha in this lane.
I mean, have you seen that belly? He is thick.
He's got a big ass belly. That's a beer belly, as we like to call it. My dude's chugging him down.
500 p.
That's a rough one. Don't want to be playing an elimination match on 500 ping to say the least here, but let's see if they go on the Mars actually. Yeah, Enchant is through. BTS is gonna have the Fire Spirits backup available here, but Jackie can always utilize that Tricks the Trade in the blink, and yeah, Mars is falling incredibly low. There we go. Utilizes the last little extra abilities that Jackie's got, and is going to be able to pick up first blood here.
Important kill for them to get. I think you're kind of banking on having that for the laning stage. BTS though, now he's level 3, so he's got those 2 points into the Fiery Spirits. It's a lot harder for Jackie, who's already completely out of regen. So, which is why he's still got the 2 tangos remaining, so might look to ferry one over onto the Ricky, in addition to that healing salve that he's got coming out for him. Just letting him prioritize, doing the damage. Whitemon, we've seen him do so much with so little.
Rotation mid, Carl. Should be fine with him to simulate though, but they get the cold snap. Dive as well. He actually doesn't go on the high ground, and now Carl. I mean, that cold snap's now worn off because they didn't get the extra damage tick, but the Resonant Pulse, the last right click, not going to be absorbed here. So they still get that kill. And now let's see what he's going to miss mid. He's got a couple creeps that he will not be able to find the gold or experience on. So that's a very big kill for Ken, who only got 12 last hits at the moment.
The pulls continue here, actually able to take away a ghost, so going to be able to slow down this Phoenix-Mars pair. It's just more and more fun for Jackie though, putting a lot of faith in him. Got a good spear off, but yeah, it's so hard to kill an Enchantress this early on, just with the insane range that you've got, and Whitemon's micro, top class.
You see, they're even just running down the Mars. They're like, we're not going to give you any room here to play Dodos down bot bounties. Def is able to get the banishment to stop RR from counteracting with the Echo Stomp, and they're stacking up the poison actually. RR could be in trouble if the Gush Slow as well is just going to enable Zephyr to continue chasing. He uses the poison, but it's not going to be enough damage. One more stack. Can he find a secondary one? RR trying to juke, and he will be able to. Zephyr now still got the mango, but they're going to double back. Spectre coming over with that dagger, 2 points in it. Gonna be trouble still on RR because he just runs back in. 3 poison. Zephyr will claim it. He doesn't have enough ways to be able to get out. Oh, okay, looks like the Spectre doesn't want to continue chasing. Meanwhile, top as well, Mars. He's in trouble, although that's a big one. Mid lane, Ken, he gets a solo kill on top of the Void Spirit there. Okay.
Second solo kill, by the way. So things looking pretty decent for Execration in the mid lane. Like, yeah, sure, you'll be sacrificing a few things, some couriers going down. I think you're always resigning yourself to the fact that you're gonna probably have a multiple deaths happening in this top lane. The fact that Mars has only gone down once, that's a decent win for them. But Jackie starting to get a little bit out of control in the farm department, nearly doubling the Mars.
I like this rotation from Ken. Let's see if they're gonna scout it out. Jackie.
No cloak and dagger just yet.
Kind of back at the moment. They're going to try and go for him. He's got the creeps coming forward, but the spear perfectly timed off the tornado. Unable to get that blink away. Lovely rotation from Ken. He kind of shoved out the wave, so Carl wasn't able to really scout that out. They didn't have a ward as well by the power rune, so that's a big rotation because you literally just highlighted the fact that this is going to be a pretty difficult lane here for Execration to be able to play in, and Mars gets that kill now for him, and even down bot, Cuckoo, he's fallen pretty low here. RR not going to try and dive under the tower because Zephyr's stacking up the poison. Not going to be enough to claim the kill on top of the Spectre. They still want a man fight though. That Astral's going to give an immense amount of damage. They get the banishment to give them some space. RR now slowed down.
It's not going to be enough. And this is the sort of game where you wish you were a Zeus, you know? Just ult, clean up.
Global now. Uh-oh. Mars is in trouble. They use the trick, so let's see if the Mars is going to be able to drag him away. And yes, he does. Beautiful timing there, but the impetus from Whitemon. Have another one up in a couple of seconds here, but it looks like the Mars is going to be able to get back underneath the tier 1 tower. So Rupido is going to be able to keep his life. BTS's even going to give him a nice little salve as well. But this is, you know, still tier 1. All their cores are getting a lot of farm at the moment. They've got 1, 2, 3 in the net worth.
Very nice. The first time I think that this hard camp actually hasn't been blocked, and Whitemon is trying to get that little bit of extra farm. Now the harass goes in onto BDZ. Even the little skeletons making their way towards Rapido. Yeah, such a menace. Always needing to be concerned about him. Nothing too out of the ordinary though. Diffusal Blades, the build up for our Ricky. What have we got on our Invoker? He's going for the Urn. Some Blade Mail, Spectre. Surprised they didn't change too much about that.
Yeah. What they nerf about Spectre? I'm trying to remember. Did they slightly tweak the dispersion, I think, and the Desolate? I really wish they had that tooltip under the abilities, because they've had it previous patches, but not there at the moment. Although mid lane, Carl's in trouble. They're just going to be able to burn him down with the Sunray. Okay, I mean, you know, he's been having a pretty difficult lane so far. This Invoker has had his number, 3 deaths. It does leave Rupido solo up top, so Jackie and Whitemon's going to be able to punish that.
Perhaps some lag coming through there for Carl, the DC coming in. They just made Dispersion. It's not that huge of a nerf. It's like, it was 22% at max level, the Dispersion, and now it's 20. So, nothing super major.
Yeah, I remember they did do a little bit of drop off in one of the abilities, and we actually see that he's gone for, he's actually gotten rid of the Blade Mail. He's gone for the Manta. Oh, never mind, alright, he's gone back for the Blade Mail. Usually we've seen the Spectre pretty much rush it though, because it gives you an opportunity to just leave the lane as soon as possible, farm up the jungle, but you know, the Spectre's actually gone for the Treads and Wand as well, so not that Blade Mail rush.
They've spotted out the fact that this Possessed Mask has just dropped here, but it's the Dyers. Zephyr's close enough that he's going to be able to grab it, though. I don't think you'll get the Astral Spirit Echo Stomp on in time.
Surely.
They're gonna try.
No. Close. Nice attempt. Whitemon, though, is underneath an Observe Ward. They have the Urn coming through as well, so this is going to be a pretty big kill if they can get some Urn charges, but he's well aware of this, trying to scurry himself away. Just dodges that Tornado as well, which would have been so important for them, but they've got the vision. Allows Ken to get in range for the Cold Snap, and well, if they can continue locking him down, yeah, they get that big EMP damage now with the right clicks is enough. So now Ken comes some Urn charges to be able to utilize his 3-0 and 2. So the early game Invoker has been very impressive.
Oh, the chipped vest on the Spectre as well.
Oh no. Maybe you don't need a Blade Mail if you've got the worse version.
That's always nice.
Small adjustment.
Especially against someone like the Ricky, I suppose, that's going to be hitting you a lot.
See, what is the 26 damage? Heroes 13 damage to creep, so even the HP regen is going to be pretty nice as well. Like, Spectre's always got a decent amount of regen. So, looks to be some real big issues getting on with the connection at the moment. So, actually, I think someone said there was having a bit of weather problems there at the moment.
I'm assuming Pong get lost means packet loss.
Probably.
It's using my my 5-head, my big brain.
Don't need Google Translate for that one. We can kind of just presume there. I don't know about that. See, that's where we need John.
That is true. John is a font of information.
Yep. We can pretend. Let's do you want to try and guess what they're saying, or
no? I don't need a scandal right now in my life.
That's true. I'm not even going to try that one. So we do have the bounties that are coming out pretty shortly. So we already see the rotation coming through from Carl and Whitemon. This is getting scouted out, so they see Carl making a movement to top. Radiant aren't really in an area to contest. Ken's thinking about coming over as well. But the Mars still isn't level 6, unfortunately. Yes, he's only died twice. Well, I say only. That's still, you know, not the greatest for him in the lane. But he's got 28 last hits and not too much experience, considering that his counterpart position 3 is level 7 at the moment here for Cuckoo. So can they really contest it because BDZ's not there? Spectre's going back to the base, so he will have a Haunt available to join them if they want to try and take this fight. They've got good information as well by that secret shop, actually, so we'll see if they want to try and contest it.
It's not going to happen this game, but I can't wait for the moment where we get a Spectre against a Zeus, and just the new Spectre shard. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So like Zeus ults just to try and, you know, give some vision or scout out, you know, maybe a Roche attempt or something like that. Then immediately Spec just pops it, jumps on the Zeus, Manta, burst him down. They're just able to zip right back out. Not this game though. No global potential right now on T1. So.
Well, here we go. ET's going to come top. They got the vision of Carl at the moment. They need some extra help coming through. Looks like Ken will be the reinforcements required, although the Mars might just get brought down instantly, and he will. The rest of Radiant aren't able to keep that position 3 alive, and he's continuing to have a bit of a rough game. Even Whitemon gets deny on the Observe Ward, so not giving an inch over to Execration. There's a free lane for Cuckoo down bottom. Well, they're thinking about taking a fight here. BD's able to roll forward. Tornado catches out Zephyr here. This is a pretty important target. Looks like they're going to be able to bring him down. Carl's even trying to commit to clean the kill. I mean, he's going to have another ultimate charge up in a couple of seconds, so he should be A-okay. But they get the Echo Stomp. Cold Snap still on cooldown, so not going to have the extra control. Carl will make it away.
Really important for Carl there, picking up both of those kills, so that's going to bring him a long way towards recovering. Like, even despite dying that many times in lane, he's essentially level with the Invoker on net worth.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it still goes. I mean, he's got a, 13 last hit advantage at the moment, considering even though Ken's got 4-0 and 2. But it's Carl having a pretty good time and dishing out a lot of damage on Ken. Even Zephyr's coming over, actually just picks up the level 6. Gonna have some protection with this Elder Titan on the backline, and now Void Spirit may have overstepped the mark, has got the illusion. Purchase off that slow, but it looks like Zephyr's in trouble. They're going to close the distance down with the Haunt, but an instant banishment provides Carl some distance here. And now that Haunt can be completely wasted here.
This one was not for you.
And Yoei knows. He knows that that's a big cooldown that now they need to be playing around, playing a little bit more passively, especially as this Riki gets closer and closer to his Diffusal Blade. He's only about 550 gold away. Carl is in a little bit of danger. I think he's fine to go back if he wanted to. You know, just regen up in base. You've got Jackie who's made his rotation through here. They might just think that it's only Zephyr around. But he reveals himself.
He's the one in trouble. He's just getting chased. Look at this man run, but Ken's going to catch him out. So he's going to be able to stack up a couple more earn charges. He does drop a very deep ward, which looks like they don't have any thought of it being placed. But yeah, unfortunately that Yoei, utilizing the Haunt there, not getting anything out of it, but he's working on the Blade Mail as that item, unable to really keep up with the farmer. I've been impressed with how Jackie's fighting the net worth at the moment, but for mid lane, they're going to be able to drop the arena, spear, combine up. Carl's in trouble, gets to the simulate, he's going to be able to juke out. Even Jackie makes it out as well, but Carl, he doesn't have any more ultimate charges, so he's in trouble. They get rid of the Sunray, Resonant Pulse, isn't enough protection. The Fire Spirits might just tick him down with the urn as well. Jackie actually goes back in, they drop the Supernova, the spear combined. Jackie's in trouble, gets the Tricks of the Trade up on the higher ground, but the Supernova might just tick him out. The Blink, not enough to get out of range. The Supernova's going to end up popping, finds the stun connection, and Execration get a second kill mid.
Really value. I mean, he made that rotation because of the death on Ken previously. Oh, sorry, not the death, but on the fact that he had to go all the way back to base. And now it's just delayed his defusal timing by what's probably going to be about a minute and a half, which is a really big deal. By that point, the Spectre now has the Blade Mail coming out to him, so it's a lot harder for you to get those single target pickoffs.
And I like this from Cuckoo, instantly taking bot, heading towards the top side. I mean, he is one of the more difficult heroes to be able to bring down. Yes, you've got that Sunray, which is already level 3, so the fact that BDZ's actually a relatively high level, I mean, he's the 4th highest in the game, tied with, Void, and also, a couple of the others in the Spectre. But yeah, this Sunray is going to be a very key way to deal with the Tide Hunter, and even if they go into the Spirit Vessel, but it actually looks like Invoker's going for the 4 staff instead.
Okay, maybe just wanting to make sure that he's not getting hit by these these Ravagers in the middle of team fights, give them a bit of an escape from the smoke screen once that starts to become a factor, not wanting to commit to a BKB super early on. Speaking of Tide though, he is a farmed
Radiant's
thick
middle tower
boy.
is under attack.
Nearly finished up his Vlads already. And well, that Ancient stack's certainly going to make things easy for him.
Yeah, Cuckoo's going to be loving life here. I mean, they don't really have anyone else to farm it, so he's like, all right, you know, this is my stack here. Get the supports to create that for himself, and you know, he's already top of the net worth, and that's just going to be able to continue finding it, his increased net worth. And well, here we go. This is the diffuser blade now picked up for the Riki, so this is going to be able to give him a decent little power spike here. He can make some havoc across the map. T1 probably going to start to look to ramp up the pressure.
Diffuser blade Riki. Shadow Demon's got his arcane boots. He's going to eventually disassemble them into the Aether Lens, and Tide Hunter's got the Vlads coming out to him just now. So, lots of danger. You can see them converging around mid. Very important tower to be able to take. Just provides so much access into that tri-camp area. They've already taken one stack, but they don't want it to be a second.
Radiant, do they want to fight? They've got all their ultimates. They're coming over at the moment. They are smoked up. They're going to drop a ward as well, which sees Whitemon inside the river. Smoke's going to pop, so they got the information now. Rapido on the front line. Drops the arena with a tornado combined as well with a supernova off to the side. That's a decent start to the fight. They're unable to deal with the Phoenix egg. Ravage going to try and disrupt it though. The egg ends up popping now with the Sonar. They've got to be careful. Jackie's got a way to cancel this. They're melting through them. Camel 4 to start. No one died just yet on T1. Dissimulate's going to give him way to be able to jump on the back. Jackie's in once again trying to deal with the sport. Diffusal slow. Stops the Phoenix from being able to disengage. Jackie wants to go back again. It's got the tricks of the trade. RR trying to juke out throughout the tree line with the Echo Summon to disrupt it, but it doesn't matter. Execration. They've lost 4, potentially 5th as well. Carl doesn't have an astral step. So Cuckoo, the only one to drop here from Dire. Even though it looked like a pretty good start to the fight, that arena, tornado connecting on 2. They had the supernova, but they just, you know, the Ravage really disrupting the follow-up when that egg popped.
Yeah, not even just that, but making sure that he gets the Ravage off right before the EMP hits. So making sure he uses all of his mana. He doesn't want to take the burst damage and essentially be useless without the resources. Ken's trying to get this solo pick onto Zephyr, which would be pretty big.
Jackie's coming over. They have any detection. It's not going to matter. He doesn't even get out of the smoke cloud. So Zephyr's just baiting. He's farming a stack, and he's like, all right, I'm you know, have the boys come through, and I'm gonna just dangle my life there. And oh, second death here for Ken.
He's a notorious dangler, is Zephyr. And he's just been able to finish up his Aether Lens if he wants to bring it out to him on the courier. It's going to make its way over towards the secret shop. I think he's still waiting on the recipe actually to come out. Is someone else bringing that with him? No, it's just waiting inside his stash.
Come on, Cuckoo. Get the shard. Please do it. We want you to do it. We really do.
Feeling it.
20 minutes are coming up pretty soon. He's going to have that 15 around about by then as well, especially if no one else is farming the Ancients. But look at them continuing to put the pressure on. They know that Radiant used the ultimates. Carl's actually in and out, but Whitemon's the one to clean up there. So, yeah, I like that T1 aren't really getting, you know, they're not relieving too much of the pressure here. They're continuing to make the plays, because Execration with these ultimates on cooldown. I mean, Supernova and Arena's back up. But the big thing is that Haunt's on cooldown. So, you know, you've got that diffuser timing on Jackie. Carl can get really involved. He still doesn't have the Aghanims, but he's getting pretty close to it.
Well, exactly. Getting a little bit lucky with some of these neutral items. I think we've seen a bullwhip in every single one of these games, which is going to be really helpful. Cuckoo just smacks himself on the back and starts to move faster towards this mid lane. I think they just avoided the vision for that. That smoke coming through there, but Rupido potentially getting caught out here. Yoe, yeah, he's being scouted out a little bit here by Jackie, just avoiding it.
Radiant, they're coming over. Smoke's going to end up popping. They'll run into Whitemon. Beautiful position here for the Enchantress. They got the wrap coming through as well from Cuckoo, T1. They want to try and take the fight. Yoe on the backline. Zephyr's already committed the purge here, so not going to have this available for the fight if it does end up breaking out. Radiant have a nice ward in the background with the sentry as well, so they see Jackie. Even Carl's going to show up as well, but he doesn't have the Aghanims underneath the T1 tower. Radiant, can they drop a ward? Jackie straight away going to try and deal with the Mars 4-stop. Provide some distance. They're not heavily diving. It looks like actually Cuckoo. They got the vision now. He's away from the rest of the team. They're going to be careful. Can they cut them off though? Because they got this high ground ward now around the secret shot. Rapido
Nice
drops
Arena.
Arena onto both the supports here. Beautiful choke point for them to take an engagement. They're even going to commit with the Horn as well. Yoe on top of the back, Cuckoo.
He's so fast with that haste, just slipping away. It was really good presence of mind of what was happening in the team fight. I think you can't allow two supports to get caught out like that as they go in on an individual target. This would be a nice little consolation prize.
Although Jackie, still eating some damage at the moment. It's that Tricks the Trade. Gets him some space, but... Oh, that's what level Sunstrike? That would have been...
Just level 3.
Bit ambitious.
But yeah, Cuckoo, he pump faked the Ravage that time. He was quick enough on the fingers to make sure he got rid of it. Oh, the silence coming through.
Got the force to provide some distance, but it's not going to matter. Jackie, the double blink capability, he can continue to chase even against that force staff. And well, T1, again, just recognizing when the ultimate's on cooldown for an Execration, they are very much in a difficult stage where they can't really make any plays. And I love this wrap coming through from bot to top. It looks like they're aware of this, but Dai got the ward in the backline, and Cuckoo's still got the Ravage as well, so they're going to be careful if they group up here, Jackie. Deals with the support instantly. They don't have any of these defensive items at the moment to be able to get out of that diffuse or smoke screen combo.
Come on, Cuckoo, you know you want to. It's 20 minutes. You've just got 1,500 gold. Let me see it.
Come on, sir, do it. We wanted some shards. Don't be a team player.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
He's keeping us
Dire's
waiting.
structures are fortified.
God damn it, the tease. We just want to see it. That's what we're all here
Radiant
for.
structures are
10
fortified.
shards on either team. Or I should say in every game. And well, Radiant, they're going to smoke up, but they don't have Haunt for another 40 seconds. They do have the combo at least in the Mars Phoenix. Jackie mid, Smoke's going to pop, and well, they drop the sentry. A bit too late though. Jackie's got the illusion, so gets out of the cold snap and also that urn. So this is the nice kind of value thing about being able to hold that one.
I saw that Cuckoo'd spent about
Radiant's
1,500
bottom
gold, and I was like,
tower is
oh,
under attack.
but it's just the pipe.
Oh
So,
no.
very disappointed.
Well, maybe next. He's gone blink. Okay, maybe later in the game. Who knows?
It's not gonna be good then.
Yeah, I know. Like, we want it now. We don't want it later on. Give us some entertainment. Where is Carl getting killed down bot? Might be punished though. Gets his last ultimate charge, but there's no real follow-up at the moment here. Rapido still chasing. But you got to be careful now, because if they're not protecting the Void Spirit, then where are T1 making the plays? And it looks like it's top for
Radiant's
Yoe.
middle tower is under attack.
Just a little bit short on damage, you know. Yeah, you get the kill onto the Phoenix, but it's early on enough that, well, I say that they're probably not going to go for a Roche attempt as they walk right on in. They now have the potential to go for this sort of kill. Yes, you're lacking the arena, but don't really need it. You know, Roche is one of those areas where it's so closed off, you just need to pop it on the left-hand side. There's no real ways that they can deal with it, and yeah, they decide the same. They're looking to back off, reset, go for one more pick-off, and then look to make the Roche attempt happen.
T1 in this first game being able to accumulate a 9,000 net worth lead at the moment have done a very good job at playing around with the timings that Execration have on their ultimates, and this is a BKB completed here for the Ricky. He's got a new item queued up as well. Interesting. We're going to see...
Mage Slayer, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just going to be going right in onto that Invoker, making sure that, I want to say it's 35% less damage, magic damage, that, you know, spellcaster classes do.
Yeah, with that passive, if he gets a proc and... Oh, Jackie. Tons in there. But they get the kill on the ET. Maybe that's enough for them to think about going back into Roche, because ET can really disrupt this, even though Radiant have all their ultimates. And well, that Alpha Wolf is even going to enable it just that much more. And the nice thing at least is that you've got... What? Oh, he's got it queued up. All right, let's go.
It's happening.
You got to commit to it. You know, queuing up it is one thing. Finishing it is another, as Radiant. They scout it out. The T1, do they stand their ground though? They're coming over instantly, but Carl's positioned with the Remnant, so they're well aware of them.
Lots of cooldowns available.
Oh my god, that's Arena now just completely wasted here. That's pretty much their combo. And now T1, they want to punish this. They're just back in. Jack even pops the BKB, but they need the vision to jump forward for the backline here. BDZ could be in trouble. Got the force dive as well, but now RR, he's just going to get chased down. Tries to drop the Earth Spoon in a spot where he can disengage, but Yowie, he even runs into Milv as well. Commits the Haunt. They're going to drop the Ravage.
Nice
He
Ravage.
controls up a couple on top of the backline here. They still end up losing the Ricky now with the Supernova. It's going to force Dire to disengage, but where's the catch at the moment, Ken? Going to have that force off into the Ice Ball and the choke point here. It's a decent position now with 3-man silencer from Carl. They're going to try and deal with the back. Astral Step. Ken will pay the price here. They get the Echo. Still the damage coming through from the Sunray, but where's the control? Ken is protected with this banishment. Now they're going to be careful. They still stand their ground.
The illusion.
Spear. It finds the illusion instead, but Yowe's still alive. He's slowly chunking them down, but they're going to back him up here. They're stacking up the poison up
White
to
Mon's
4
cleaning
right now.
up.
They're going to be careful, but look at the Enchantress going to work. Whitemon, he's tearing them apart. The
Triple!
Impotence, he gets the 4 stuff away. Triple for Whitemon. They want more blood as well as Carl's hunting. He's got that Arcane Rune at the last second, gets the silence, prevents anything from the Phoenix. Ultra for Whitemon. Been so impressed from his Enchantress play throughout the BTS Pro Series, and it's continuing to show in this game 1 here. An Ultra for your position 5.
You love to see it. See, now they can go take Roche. It's nice and easy.
What a
Yes.
interesting
He's
fight.
got it.
Oh, let's go. That's so nuts. That's actually so nuts. Spectre's gonna tickle him.
Roshan has fallen to the
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's a big net worth lead they've been able to accumulate now after that fight. 15,000 gold advantage, big experience lead as well, and now they've got that extra life to be able to utilize too. And well, they know that Radiant used some ultimates for that engagement, so instantly T1 heading top. They want to try and claim this tier 2 tower. They've got a nice ward on the triangle, and Whitemon already positioning if they go for some form of like a wraparound play.
Look at the tower. Click the tower. Minus
Oh my
137
God.
damage.
He still just takes nothing. Actually, that's stupid. What? I
Called it.
tested on the tier 1, and I'm like, I don't know if like, you know, I know the tier 2 does a little bit more, but I hadn't
It's
seen on the tier 2,
80%,
and it's
man.
like stupid.
Radiant's top tower.
Alright.
Radiant are scanning.
What the hell?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ah, so funny. These new shards, you get a good laugh out of them. And, well, look at Whitemon as well. He's got Treads, Force, Windlace. See what he wants to go into that next side. I mean, the Enchantress got a couple of nice little buffs as well, I think, through the last patch. So, you know, I don't know if we'll see him kind of transition into something, but if he gets an ultra kill like that, might be able to keep playing around.
Unless they get their spells off absolutely perfectly, this tide isn't dying, right? You're always
Dump
going to
bot.
have
Carl
the
might
Aqua's
die, though.
Restoration.
TP rotations coming through. They drop the arena, but now with the haste, they want to try and punish Radiant instantly.
actually in
TPing
danger?
out. Carl, can he get any control? No, the Spectre's
Spectre!
TP a little bit too long, and they even dropped the Ravage as well. A lot of hate, giving him no opportunity to haunt away. And, well, they were hunting out the Void Spirit, but they doubled back, and...
I'm pretty sure that's a situation where 2 people TP to the same spot, and it just takes a lot longer. Little things like that, a Spectre dying in this kind of lineup is... Yes, you can come back. Yes, you're a Spectre, but it's going to be super hard. Like we've been saying, Cuckoo, he's just going to continue walking into these towers. He can stand under it, take absolutely 0 damage. It's literally 0 damage, by the way, that he's taking under this. And, yeah, they can't do anything. Like, he's got the mech, sorry,
Mid
he's
lane,
got the
Jackie.
Vlads.
Straight on top of the Invoker, but they get the Purge out. So the Force Staff does nothing. He's slowed up as well on top of the backline. Mars trying to disrupt it, but they're not going to be able to. The supports hold their ground. Carl's back in once again. Without the Spectre, I mean, he's going to have his Haunt up when he's back alive here. But look at Carl's positioning, man. He does not give a damn. 21,000 net worth lead in T1. Walk up the higher ground here. They really want to. I mean, the ages for another 2 minutes. Mid and bot are shoved in. Yowie showing he's got to be kind of careful at the moment without the Mars and the Invoker here. They get the banishment. Stuck inside the silence, and the Purge available once again, just counteracting the Force stuff here. I love this combo. Ricky's a hero who gets heavily countered by Force, but you pair it up with the Shadow Demon, just takes that effect away. And I mean, Zephyr's got the Aghanims already as well, so 3 charges to utilize.
It just seems like everything's all coming together. You know, everything's happening at the same time. Towers go down despite not having a natural tower taker because of this Cuckoo build. Like you mentioned, just the direct counter is countered by the fact that the Ag Scepter just comes up at the perfect time, and even just not needing to have the mana. Like that's the struggle that Cuckoo's having right now. He does not have mana to keep casting his Anchor Smash.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Let's hope they can get a little bit back if this fight continues on, because he wants to chuck out that big RP. Radiant Vector's up pretty soon. They've got all their ultimates, so they want to try and fight. Let's see if Dire is still going to hold their ground. Age is in their hands for another minute 10 here. Maybe doubling back. They've got a ward more to the northern side, Cuckoo. He knows how strong he is, and oh, there we go. Straight away on top of the Invoker. Force Up's going to do nothing. BKB a little bit too late as well. Now with the Arena drop, but they're not getting that combination out. Phoenix, Sarge, Jackie instantly on top of the backline. He's still got the Aegis, hasn't even popped the BKB as well. Look how aggressive that the Dricky's able to play in the Ravage. Finds all three. They check out the Horn, but the damage just isn't there at the moment from Yahweh. The break from Zephyr. 4 down, and T1. This is such a masterclass performance from them. They're going to be able to take a full set of racks down, but they can easily go mid as well. This tier 3 does nothing to them because of the Tide Hunter.
Yeah, I think even a Spectre draft is not able to come back from this. There's just no way that you can get the damage. I'm not seeing the effect that the Elder Titan is having with this particular style of game plan. It was just really good drafting all around. You know, the Enchantress is just nullifying everything that they're trying to do with the offensive Dispel. And yeah, honestly, the teamfight ultimates have been pretty damn on point. That I think it was a 17-minute or so Ags as well from Carl. Despite the poor laning stage that he had, it just means that they can't do anything on these backlines. You know, you take the Phoenix out of the equation and nothing really happens. Forces him to go into this hyper defensive build as well with the Lotus Orb. You know, you're not taking the offensive, you're not putting yourself out there to try and get kills. It's just try and survive long enough that Spectre, just through the use of the Blade Mail and the Dispersion, is going to get kills passively.
Oh god, it's 100% probability. Ooh, this one's looking rough here for Execration in game 1. I mean, Jack is still hunting as well, straight on top of the ET. He's got a goddamn Nullifier, so they already had the Purge to be able to deal with the 4 staff and the items. Now they even got the help of Nullifier as well from Jackie. Chucks that one out, straight on top of the Mars, the Supernova. I mean, they're trying to do whatever they can. They won't be able to kill it off, even though Carl and also Cuckoo gets straight on top of the Phoenix, but they've got the extra lockdown, and I mean, ET will buy back. Phoenix can rejoin them as well, but it's a 33,000 net worth lead. They got 33 kills, 31 minutes into the game. A lot of threes and an extra kill, though. Carl goes in, Cuckoo to follow, Jackie. This has been... I mean, I love the Riki pick this game from T1. It was just an incredible draft from them. The Riki, such a good matchup to deal with the Mars, to deal with someone like the ET who kind of, you know, sits on the back line, the Phoenix as well. You've just got the catch and they don't have the control to deal with him. So he's freely able to jump the back, really drop that silence, really disrupting them. And, you know, these are heroes that you want a long Sun Ray, kind of disrupt the Echo Stomp, get that combo, and it just wasn't there. T1, beautiful draft, beautiful execution.
Beautiful entertainment and sports. But, yeah, I mean, even the Phoenix on top of that, right? Like, you can't do anything if you're smoke screened, and it's not like you're going to be picking up a BKB on a Phoenix that's in a losing lane. So it's, yeah, just a lot of pressure coming out from super early on. Like I've been saying before, it feels like on this patch, because of the big power spikes that can come from, you know, some of these big new items, it feels like the power creep is real with, you know, some of the neutrals coming through. We saw how effective Cuckoo was at tower pushing when they don't have a tower pusher. Once that Aghanim shard is able to be picked up, and games are just ending so much faster. And it feels like if you're not setting yourself up to be in a good position from the laning stage, then good luck coming back.
Yeah, this is the thing about new patches. When you don't have a real good understanding of what the meta is and how to really come back, games are always at the start. They're going to be incredibly fast until teams are really able to get an understanding of, you know, these new items, new heroes, new abilities, and how they can really reset and communicate and execute a comeback potential. But, you know, they're going against, you know, T1 that are looking incredibly strong. Yes, they did get knocked down to the low bracket but this is just a performance from them that is still looking like the T1 that we've come to love throughout the group stages. And even just one thing I want to highlight before we end up closing this one out is that Zephyr, he also got the shard as well. So we saw 2 shards that game. Still very much enjoying every shard that we were able to see, and any new Aghanims as well. But that's going to be it for our game 1 here and our Execration. Their backs against the wall. They are 1 game away of being the 4th team eliminated for the BTS Pro Series Season 4. We're going to take a quick break and see if they can force a game 3 or if T1 will sweep this 2-0. Don't go anywhere, guys. Break up shortly.